So people ask me for advice on how to use FancyMenu and how FancyMenu works and how they should start making cool layouts and how layouts work in general. So I decided to start a little video series where I talk about the basics, and in later videos I will focus on one specific thing per video. So for example, I will talk about how to make animations, slideshows and other stuff. And yeah, today we want to talk about the very basics of FancyMenu, how you make your first layout and how or what you should take care of so everything works, and everything works for people you give your layout to. And yeah, so this is the first thing you will see after installing FancyMenu. Not very much, to be honest, but you will see the FancyMenu menu bar at the top of every menu that's supported by FancyMenu. This should be nearly every menu you can think of, except of some special ones, mostly mod menus. But yeah, we not talk about this in this video. You can pretty much customize every vanilla menu in the game, except of maybe menus with list views like this one. So every menu you can scroll in. You cannot customize stuff inside scroll views, but you can customize everything outside of scroll views. So yeah, that's basically it. So to start making your first layout in FancyMenu, you need to go to current menu and first enable the customizations for the menu you want to customize. You need to do this for every menu you want to customize. So if I toggle this on in the main menu, only this menu is enabled. If I go to the single player menu, it's disabled here. So if you want to customize a menu, toggle this on. Cancel. So to make your first layout, you go to current menu, layouts, and new, because you don't have any layouts yet. It's empty. So you click on new and create a new layout. What you can see here is the layout editor of FancyMenu. You can see every element you want, you can customize of a menu here. So in most cases, this will only be the buttons of menus, the vanilla buttons as it's called for, or in FancyMenu slang. So yeah, okay, to start customizing, most people will most probably customize or want to customize the vanilla buttons, maybe hide some of them or move them or whatever. So I will just start with these buttons because these are some special ones. As you can see, if I want to move it, this pop-up pops up and tells you to give them an orientation first before you can move or resize them. This means you need to right-click them and click on Set Orientation and choose one of the orientations, the many orientations here. And yeah, orientations are basically the, let's say, anchor point of your element. So the element orientation top left means that the anchor point or origin of your element's position is in the top left corner of your screen or window. So if I do this and resize the screen, the space between the top left edge of the screen and the element will always be the same. That's basically it. If the element is 2 centimeters away from the top left corner of the screen, it will always be 2 centimeters away of the top left center of the screen, top left edge of the screen. If I choose the, let's say, mid-centered orientation, yeah, that's a bit fucked up. It will be the same for, but for the very center of your window. So if I set the element, let's say 1 centimeter away or above the middle of the screen or the window, it will always be 1 centimeters above the middle of the window. Yeah, I think that's how I can describe it, so people are able to actually understand what I want to say, but I'm not sure. Maybe that's how you can see it a bit better. Yeah, it's the anchor point. I think anchor point describes it relatively good. So I will just stay with this and don't talk about it any longer because it only gets worse. Yeah, let's reset this. So it's now the original orientation again, and I can't move it or resize it. That's intended. So let's say I want to move all the original buttons to the top left side first. I do this for all buttons. Yeah, that's not really good looking, but I don't care. Just to demonstrate things, you know. So yeah, this one, and then I will delete or hide the rest of the buttons. You can hide. You cannot actually delete vanilla buttons because, well, they will always be part of the menu even if you don't see it in the menu or see them in the menu or the layout. But you can hide the buttons, so people will not be able to click or see them. You do this by clicking on delete, click on confirm, click on delete and on confirm, and now they are not part of the menu anymore, or the layout, to say it better. But you can re-enable them by clicking on element, deleted vanilla buttons, and here you can see all your buttons that you have hidden before. By clicking on them, they will reappear. So we delete this one again and move to the next part. So now we have all of our buttons in the top left side of the screen. And yeah, we should save our layout now because we don't want to lose progress. So we click on layout, save as, and give it a very special name because we are very special. And click on done. Now we have saved it and we won't lose progress anymore. At least the progress we did to that point. If we now change this layout again, we need to save it again. For this you can click on save and it will automatically save to the file we just saved without asking us for a name again. So I will just move these back a bit. Actually, you can do this by clicking Control plus Z to go one step back. So now that we have all of our buttons back in the original positions, or mostly original positions, we can move to the next step. Because yeah, this menu is pretty good looking in some universe maybe, but you know, there's quite not enough in this one. Maybe we should add, you know, a new element like an image to it. So we click on, we click on element, or we can do this by clicking, by right-clicking the background of the editor. But we do this by clicking on element, new, and image. Now this one pops up, and yeah, let me just move these to the .minecraft directory, because all of our resources like images or audios need to be in the .minecraft directory or subdirectories. So I will just move all of these here. Now we have them at the right position, and we should be able to choose like this one, and we add it by clicking on done. Now it's here, and by default all all elements added to the layout have the top left orientation. You need to take care of this, because if you choose the incorrect orientation and you want to move it to this direction, it will look like this when you resize the menu, and that's not cool. So many people do this, and I don't know why, because I think it's pretty self-explaining, but yeah, that's just me thinking too much and don't actually understand that people don't know this by default. Yeah, it's clear, but yeah, just me being stupid. So we want to have this one in the bottom right position, so it actually stays there and not moves like crazy around the menu. So we click on this one and move it like here. And now when we resize the screen, it stays in this position. This knowledge is pretty basic, but pretty powerful at the same time, because then you have the ability to make menus that don't overlap when you resize them, and they stay, like you see here, stay readable and clickable in every size, in every window size you can think of. You need to always check this. I do this because at some point Minecraft will automatically scale menus down to scale 1. This happens like at this point, and if your menu works to this point, it will basically work in every size and scale you set to them or to it. And yeah, that's how you take care of menus working in every scale and size. That's important because people with bigger screens than yours will have fucked up menus if you don't choose the right orientation, or people with smaller screens than you may be unable to click buttons if you, for example, do this. In theory, buttons will be clickable for you because you have this screen size, but people with this screen size will not see much of the buttons. So yeah, take care of it. It's important. Okay, let's move these back to these positions. And yeah, let's save the menu again, because we just added a new element to it. So we click on Control plus S, and it's saved now. I will do this again to visually show you what I did. So it's saved now. And now maybe it's time to add some music to it, because it's not a real menu without any music. So we click on Element again, on New, and click on Audio. And now we can choose the previously moved audio I have here, or I had here. It should be called Audio. If I am able to find here, choose, and here click on Done. And now we have background music in this menu, you know. And yeah, this audio will always play when you open the menu, but it will not, that's important, it will not loop by default. Means it will play until it's finished, and now it stops. And then it stops, but you can click on Element, Manage Audios, the audio you just added, and click on Loop on, and now it will just restart when it's finished. It will continuously play and will never stop, and that's fine. Okay, now we save it again, Control plus S, and now we have this beautiful background track, and yeah, it will haunt me in my dreams. So yeah, it's quite good. This menu is quite good now, but there's something I still miss, and that's some text. So we click on new element. I just right click the background of the menu of the editor, click on new element, and now I click on text. Yeah, I really need to I really need to remove this audio. Delete, confirm. Yeah, that's better. So new element, text, and now we write some very special text. And click on done. And now we have this cool text here. Top left orientation by default, as I explained before. So this one has some more information on this side because it shows the text scale and the text alignment. I will talk about this later because yeah, that's quite advanced and not what we want to talk about in the basic video. So I just want to right click the element now because you can actually do special things for specific element types. It's not like you have the same right click menu. You can right click on elements again to open the context menu of an element, and you have not always the same options in this menu, in these menus, because every element has some special things you can configure. Like for buttons and vanilla buttons, you can choose a custom background and stuff. But yeah, all advanced stuff we don't want to talk about yet. So I will just right click this, give it an orientation like before. This time let's do the bottom left orientation. Now it will always be in the bottom left side of the screen, no matter what size or scale. You know the drill. Now I want to right click this, and in this case it's a text element, so I have special options for text elements, like toggling the text shadow. I will do this now. So now it has, yeah, some very visible text shadow. All of you can see it. And yeah, I want to set the scale. The basic scale of texts are 1, but I want it quite larger, so I give it the a text scale of 2. And maybe you noticed what I just did, because I not just typed in 2, I typed in 2.0, because scales are decimal values. I think they are called decimal values in English, like not a full number, because yeah, you know. So I can do this too, and now it has a scale of 1.5, 1.5. I don't know how to say this in English. I'm sorry. Yeah, you can check the scale here, and we will just set it to 2 like before, and save it again. Control+S. Yeah, now we have a text, an image, and some re-aligned buttons, vanilla buttons in this menu. Beautiful. And the last element I want to add in this video is a GIF, because yeah, you can actually add GIFs as images, not only normal images like you would think of. You can choose a GIF here and add it as normal image, and yeah, now it will appear like this. But if you do this, only use very small GIFs, very short and small GIFs, because if the GIF is too large or too long, it will just freeze your screen when you edit. And not only this, because it will freeze every time you will open the menu with this GIF for the first time. So if you do this and you give, or you add this layout to a mod pack, your mod pack users will always have a freeze when loading the menu for the first time. And I don't think that's what you want. So choose small and short GIFs. If you don't notice any lag when adding this GIF for the first, your GIF for the first time here, it is probably fine and you can use it. If you have a freeze, maybe don't use it. So okay, I just place this here and don't change its orientation. So I will save it again, Ctrl+S, and yeah, it looks pretty okay. You see here the text is overlapping this image. That's not what you want. You should take care of this so it don't happen, but I will just leave it like this now. I will just save it again, and now I will exit the editor because I think I'm done here, and we'll see if it works in the normal menu. I will add one more thing later to this layout in this video, but let's show first if it works. So I click on layout, exit, and then I click on confirm because I'm sure I've saved my layout and I will not lose any progress. I click on confirm, and now you have this menu here. All buttons I moved in the layout are still at the same positions in the real menu. This is, yeah, the best case that can happen. If this is not the case, you probably have a mod installed that overrides the screen you want to customize. So if you do something in a layout and it doesn't appear like you just did it in the layout in the real menu, then it's probably a mod conflict, and you should try to start your game with only FancyMenu and its dependencies installed, so you can check if it works if only these mods are installed, you know. And if it works with only these mods installed, you can check what mod is causing it. It's probably, if you want to customize the main menu, it's probably a mod that adds some custom stuff, or maybe a custom background, custom panorama, or a custom logo to the main menu. It's probably this one. So if you can identify the mod by looking at things like the background, it's probably this one, and you should try to start a game without this mod and try if it works then. So another thing you can do in this situation is, if you know what mod is causing it and this mod has a toggle to turn off its custom menu, main menu in this case, you can try to do this, and if it works then it's fine, you can use it together. And if not, you should probably report it to me. Maybe I can add support for it, maybe not, but it's not wrong to report it, you know. And yeah, so it works. It's not, yeah, it's not perfect, but it works. You still have the original Minecraft logo here, the original splash text, and this little annoying thing that's called realms notification indicator. This is the thing you see above the Minecraft realms button. Normally this is not actually part of the button, so it doesn't get moved, but you can disable it in the FancyMenu settings. If you are in the main menu, you will see this little FM icon here in the top left corner of the screen. You click on it, and now you see this screen. Here are a lot of things to configure, but we only care about one section. That's the, yeah, let's start with the splash text, main menu splash text section. You can hide the splash text here. I will enable this. And now we go to the general main menu section, and we can hide the branding here. That's enabled by default. Interesting. I didn't know this, but okay. Here you can hide the Minecraft logo. I will enable this too. The realms icon. This is the realms notification I just talked about. We enable it, and you can hide all Forge notifications, like the one that's popping up in the top of your screen, like you're using beta Forge versions, etc. You know, and the notification when you have a new Forge version available, that's popping up in the bottom right side of your screen. These are all Forge notifications, and you can hide it by enabling this. Now we click on done, and our screen is very much clean now. You cannot disable the copyright notice for obvious reasons. I get asked this so many times, and yeah, it's obvious that you can't fully disable this, but you can move it in the same settings I just had opened. You can move it to every corner of the screen and to the middle, to the top, middle, and bottom middle of the screen, and you can change its color, but you cannot hide it. And this will not change. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, yeah, our menu is pretty much finished now, but I just want to add a cool background to it, so we don't see the basic panorama anymore. So we click on current menu, layouts, manage layouts. Now we have a special name for special persons layout. This is the one we just created. We click on it, click on edit, and now we have this layout here again. We can disable, we can edit it again, and now I will right click the background of the editor, click on set background, and we'll switch to background image because we don't have animations or panoramas or slideshows yet. So I will just use a normal image, choose file, and I will use some file that's, yeah, I don't actually have any. Yeah, let's just use this. Oh, I just we will see it now. I have to add something again. Audio, choose file, audio.wav. Now it's perfect. No, it's not perfect yet. Now it's perfect. So now we can save it again by pressing Ctrl+S. And yeah, it's pretty much perfect now. You just noticed the song start again because we loaded into the actual menu. If I now leave this menu to go to the options, it will stop. If I get back to this menu, it will start from the beginning again. That's the basic, the default behavior of audios in FancyMenu. But if you want to continue playing a song above multiple menus, you can add the same audio to another menu again, to another menu too. Click on new element and new layout. Add this audio element again. Choose file, audio.wav. Done. We save it and leave it. So now it will start here, but it will don't stop when going to the other menu with the same background audio. It will just continue playing, and it will only stop if I go to a menu without this audio. Beautiful. Okay, I think that's enough for this one. I will not show how to export menus or layouts in this video because yeah, that's just the basics. But I will do this in the next video. And yeah, I can't talk when the song's on, so I will just close it now. Yeah, that should be everything you should know about the basics of FancyMenu. You can now create layouts, you can save layouts, you know how to add basic stuff to menus. And yeah, that's a good start. And yeah, I hope I see you again in the next video. Bye.